Welcome to the start of a brand new journey in Madden NFL 11. This is the St. Louis Rams franchise, a team looking to rise from the bottom and bring glory back to the Gateway City. In 2009, the Rams finished with just one win, but with a new decade comes a new beginning. The franchise has their quarterback of the future, a young roster hungry to prove themselves, and a fan base desperate for success. This is the road to redemption. It all starts under center with the #1 overall pick in the 2010 NFL Draft, rookie quarterback Sam Bradford. He's the face of the franchise, tasked with leading the Rams out of the basement and into contention. And behind him, the heart and soul of the team, Steven Jackson. One of the league's most powerful running backs, Jackson will be leaned on heavily to carry this offense. On the outside, the Rams feature a mix of youth and speed. Donnie Avery, the deep threat, Laurent Robinson, a steady target, and the rookie Marty Gilliard looking to make an immediate impact. The offensive line is anchored by veteran Jason Smith and center Jason Brown, both crucial in protecting the rookie quarterback and opening lanes for Jackson. On defense, everything starts up front. Veteran James Hall provides leadership, while young talents like Chris Long continue to develop as cornerstones of the pass rush. At linebacker, James Laurinaitis is the leader in the middle, a tackling machine who will be the centerpiece of this defense for years to come. But this unit must step up if the Rams hope to slow down the NFC's elite offenses. This is a young, rebuilding roster, but with Bradford under center, Steven Jackson pounding the rock, and a defense anchored by rising stars, the future in St. Louis could be brighter than anyone expects. Welcome to the Madden 11 St. Louis Rams franchise. The road back to glory starts now. Our first game of the season was at home, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Matt Leinart had got his team down past midfield, and they were slowly getting deeper down into the red zone, but they were now faced with a 3rd and 10 as he would look moving to the right in the pocket, having all day as we would knock this incomplete, and the Cardinals would have to settle for 3 points on their first drive. Unfortunately for us, Sam Bradford went down with an injury in the preseason, so it was going to be Oregon alumni AJ Feely playing quarterback for us. Definitely not how we wanted Sam Bradford to start his rookie season, but we're going to have to make do. As on 1st and 10, it would be a handoff to Steven Jackson, who slips one tackle and has plenty of yards to go, getting us down in the red zone from the 11 where we set up the halfback screen, and Steven Jackson takes it in for our first touchdown of the season. Our defense would get a stop against the Cardinals, and we would take back over on offense as Steven Jackson once again taking it up the left side and into the end zone for 6. And so far in this first half, we have absolutely been dominating Arizona. With that stop, they would send out the punting unit on 4th and 1. Donnie Avery sent back to receive for us as he's going to take it to the right side, cut it back left side. He has a gap and some room to run. He has one man to beat, and Donnie Avery beats him for a touchdown. As it is not even halftime yet, and we are looking to go up 28-3 over the Cardinals. On 1st and goal, we would do just that as AJ Feely finds the rookie receiver Marty Gilliard for 6. And headed to the second half, it was a 28-3 lead, and we would get the ball to start the second half. Faced now with a 3rd and 4, it would be play action, but AJ Feely couldn't complete this throw, and so we would send out our field goal unit to tack on 3 more points. Just under 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd quarter as Matt Leinart in the Cardinals offense back on the field, and he takes a shot deep. Initially called incomplete, but Arizona would challenge the play, and that would end up being reversed and giving the Cardinals their first touchdown of the night. Still in the 3rd quarter as now it was our turn to try to kick a field goal, but we were gonna go with the fake as AJ Feely finds his receiver open for the first down, setting up an eventual 3rd and goal, but Steven Jackson would be stopped short, and so we'd send out the field goal unit once again, but this time we would actually kick it for 3. That would put a wrap on week 1 here as we would walk away with this big time victory over the Cardinals to start our season, with Steven Jackson running for 156 yards today. AJ Feely did not look bad as he threw for 124 yards and 2 touchdowns, and hopefully hopefully that solid play can continue as Sam Bradford is going to be out for another 4 weeks, as we now turn focus to our first road game of the season, taking on the Oakland Raiders. Oakland would start first with the ball today, and we had a chance to get them back on the bench with a 3-and-out, but that would not happen, as now faced with another 3rd and 1, it would be Darren McFadden breaking one tackle down the right sideline, and with some room to run inside the 10 and down to the 1, where their star running back would finish it off for them on 1st and goal for 6. It was time for A.J. Feely in the Rams offense to take over for the first time today, but that run would go nowhere with Steven Jackson, as we would be forced 3-and-out, and the Raiders would take back over on offense moving down the field. 1st and 10 now inside our territory, as they look for a chance to go up 2 possessions over us this drive. And now under a minute to go here in the first quarter, as Campbell drops back to throw on the play action. That's completed across the middle, but then on 3rd and 10, we would force an incomplete. Couldn't come away with that interception, so the Raiders would have to settle for 3 points. And Janikowski just barely puts that one in the uprights for the silver and black. It's now on 3rd and 3. A.J. Feely to the left side completes this pass. Darcy Johnson coming down with that reception, getting us into Oakland territory. And then it was the rookie Marty Gilliard coming down with that reception inside the red zone and finding him again in the end zone for a touchdown. And already I have been very impressed so far with our rookie receiver this season, as that is picked off. A.J. Feely with his first turnover of the day, but we'd get another chance here. And our first drive to start the second half would go absolutely nowhere, as Oakland takes over for the first time in the second half. Now finding themselves inside St. Louis territory, it's Campbell is hit as he throws, and that pass would fall incomplete, once again coming just short of the interception. So now we found ourselves down 13-7, and A.J. Feely is going to be picked off for the second time this game, and that would give Oakland a chance to make this a 20-7 ball game. But thankfully our defense comes up with the stop, and we are going to hold them to only 3 points. Moving to the fourth quarter now, this game wasn't out of reach, but it wasn't looking promising for us, and we were going to need any semblance of points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown on this possession. This was one of the best drives we've had so far in the game, but A.J. Feely would take a sack on 3rd down, and so we would send out the field goal unit to make this a 6-point game, and would do just that. Our defense could keep us in this game if they could come up with a 3rd down stop now, but that would use our last timeout, as we had just over a minute and a half to try to get down the field and score. No field goal, as we need a touchdown to win this one. A.J. Feely going across the middle to Marty Gilliard, and the rookie receiver had that down to the 23, but now facing a 3rd and 10, it's the rookie once again picking up the first down for us, as now A.J. Feely dropping back, going to the end zone for a touchdown. It's the rookie again, Marty Gilliard, coming down with a huge reception, as now only 21 seconds left on the ensuing kickoff. Holland taking it back for the Raiders, and he's going to put the football on the ground, and we are going to recover. That costly turnover would seal the game for us, as we are going to pick up this come-from-behind win on the road. Marcus Gilliard having a fantastic game for us today. And A.J. Feely started the first half rough, but really came through for us on that game-winning drive. And I do not have enough good things to say right now about our rookie receiver and the start to his season. Hopefully that hot streak can continue for us, as we are headed back home to take on the Washington Redskins. We would get the ball first to start this game, but quickly would go 3-and-out, as Donovan McNabb and the Washington offense come out onto the field for the first time today. Our defense would get a stop, forcing a 4th and 12, and they would punt the ball away. Donnie Avery set back to receive, but he's going to put the football on the ground, as there is a big scrum for the ball, trying to separate the pile, and Washington is going to walk away with it. That would set up great field position now for the Washington offense at the 14-yard line, but this would be incomplete. So they would send out their field goal unit to try to pick up the first points of the day, and it would be no good. Our offense hadn't been able to do anything either in the first quarter, as now we jump to the second quarter of play, and Donovan McNabb would complete that pass to Santana Moss on 3rd and 15 to keep this drive alive, as he's going to go right back to him again. Washington. Setting up now a 2nd and goal from the 2 as McNabb to the end zone for a touchdown. And Washington is going to go up 7-0 with just over a minute and a half to go in the first half, and A.J. Feely's going to be picked off, giving Washington a chance to extend this lead to 2 possessions before halftime, and they would do just that. A fantastic throw there from Donovan McNabb, as now we had the ball at midfield with just under 30 seconds to go, and Donnie Avery would pull that completion in for us. Now A.J. Feely finds Darcy Johnson for a touchdown, and our tight end gets us on the board for the first time right before the first half expires, as we are now only down by 7 headed into the second half of play. It is not looking good for us though, as Santana Moss would pull off a big time play there for the Redskins offense, and then McNabb would find his fullback for a touchdown to get this back to a 2-possession lead for Washington. Our offense was looking promising on this drive though, as Steven Jackson would pick up a first down and more, but now faced with a 3rd and 8 from the 16-yard line, we were going to need to convert here, and unfortunately we would not be able to do that, as we would send out our field goal unit and pick up 3 points. Still down by 11 though, as we head to the 4th quarter. On 2nd and 13, this would be completed, and A.J. Feely doing his best to get us back in this game, but there is not much time remaining. Our rookie Marty Gilliard coming up with 2 receptions in a row, and then it would be Steven Jackson out of the backfield inside the 5, setting up a 4th and goal from the 1 now, as A.J. Feely would throw a dart to the end zone, but that would fall incomplete, and that would be the end of our comeback attempt, as Donovan McNabb and Washington are gonna pick up the victory here on the road. We could not slow down McNabb at all today, as he had 225 yards and 3 touchdowns, and although A.J. Feely did pick up production in the second half, it was a very rough day for our backup quarterback. It was even worse on the ground, as Steven Jackson only had 37 yards and averaged less than 3 yards a carry, and hopefully in 2 weeks our offense will get a boost, as our rookie quarterback Sam Bradford will finally be able to play for the first time. The Rams were back at home once again, looking to bounce back after that loss to Washington last week, and it was a division matchup this time, taking on the Seattle Seahawks. Just like last week, we wouldn't be able to do anything on offense in the first quarter today, but hopefully that 4th down conversion gave a little life into this offense, as A.J. Feely would find Johnson open, getting us down into Seattle territory, where on 3rd and 5, it would be a halfback draw to Steven Jackson fighting his way forward, not giving up and picking up the first down after contact, and then finding his way into the end zone. Our defense was playing much improved after last week, giving up over 220 yards through the air to Donovan McNabb, but right as I say that, Matt Hasselbeck is going to find Golden Tate for a touchdown. In what was once a 7-point lead right before halftime is now a tied ball game in the second. This drive was looking promising though, as we'd crossed over into Seattle territory, and Steven Jackson taking the handoff left side inside the 5-yard line, and that would set up a 1st and goal from the 4, where A.J. Feely would find his tight end Darcy Johnson for 6. We had now taken the lead back from Seattle, up 14-7, as we were nearing the end of the 3rd quarter, and once again giving up a huge passing play down the left sideline for a touchdown. And I don't know what it is about the left side of the field, but every time they go over there, it just seems to be trouble for us, as now it's our turn going down the left side. That halfback screen getting down to the 25, but now faced with a 3rd and 18, and that pass would be knocked incomplete, as we would now send out the field goal unit to try to take a 3-point lead, and we would do just that, as Matt Hasselbeck and the Seahawks offense had under a minute and a half to try to get down the field and tie or take the lead, as this deep pass is going to be completed down to the 20-yard line with 35 seconds and counting, as this is going to be a Seattle touchdown. And now A.J. Feely only has 28 seconds and all 3 timeouts to work with, as he finds Brandon Gibson wide open down the left sideline, inside the 15 and to the 5. And on 1st and goal, it is once again Brandon Gibson coming down with the reception for the go-ahead touchdown. And that would seal the deal for us, as A.J. Feely pulls off this improbable comeback for us against the Seattle defense today. Steven Jackson also had a much improved game with 105 yards on the ground. And that would bring us to our Week 5 matchup on the road, going up against the Detroit Lions. This was the last week Sam Bradford would be out, so we would go ahead ahead and simulate this game, and unfortunately, we would drop this 17-10 to Detroit. That would put us at 3-2 through the first 5 games, but we were sitting atop of the NFC West. AJ Feely was okay for us with 859 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions through these 5 games. But it was finally time to see what our first overall pick, quarterback Sam Bradford, could do in his NFL debut next episode.